lot of artists setting up their art prize pieces this week, and couldn't have asked for a more perfect day for it.
It is perfect, George, outside on the weather deck. Sky is blue, a little hazy out there though.
Yeah, a lot of haze in the air. All this due to some wildfire smoke that's not reaching the ground, which is fortunate because we've got that pollen to deal with. It's just been so dry as well. 13 weather ball remains red. Warm weather ahead up into the mid-80s here tomorrow. Lots of haze across West Michigan, but blue skies everywhere with that milky haze. Waves have been virtually flat all day. 1-footers offshore at the buoys, but at the beaches, virtually flat. I saw a couple of kite surfers out there, but the winds are fairly light. 73 from our WZZM beach cam there in Grand Haven. Water temperatures are in the upper 50s and upper 60s further south, and where that cold water is and where the warmer areas, that's where we get a little bit of that haze and fog out over Lake Michigan. We are currently 81 in Grand Rapids, warm spots in Hastings and in Kalamazoo with an onshore breeze. It's a little bit cooler at the lakeshore. Dew points are tolerable. They're in the mid-50s. Overnight lows will be right around those current dew points. We had some haze in the air, a couple of fair weather cumulus clouds early this afternoon, but we're still keeping an eye on tropical storm Francine. That's still projected to come up into Louisiana later on tonight, and then that will just die out as that ridge of high pressure remains in place all the way into the weekend. Back to the west, there are a few clouds and a couple of sprinkles of rain, but that will not be coming in our direction. Mainly clear skies here tonight. Lots of hazy sunshine during the day tomorrow and on Thursday as well. And then the high clouds from what's left of Francine, that's what we'll see on Friday and Saturday. And then they'll start to move out a little bit on Saturday afternoon and on Sunday, but no chance of seeing any rain in our area for quite a while. You can see on the next 10 days, we have goose eggs all the way through the following Thursday, so continue to water those plants and shrubs that you have planted. Long range outlook continues this weather pattern with high chances for warmer temperatures from the 16th through the 20th, and high chances will also have less rainfall during that same 5-day period. Forecast then for tonight, we're looking at hazy conditions under clear skies, upper 50s north and south. Coolest readings maybe down here in South Haven at 56, around 60 in Muskegon. Northern areas down into the mid-50s under clear skies, light south-southwest wind. And here in the greater Grand Rapids area, we're looking at a little bit of haze this evening and then clear skies overnight, as cool as 54 in Kalamazoo to 59 in Hastings. 13 on your side forecast. Up a few more degrees tomorrow at 85 degrees with the haze sticking around through Friday. 88 topping out there on Thursday with some high clouds coming in on Friday. That'll knock our temperatures back into the mid-80s. And over the weekend, we'll be in the low and mid-80s. No chance of rain. And then next week, we may cool off just a bit to around 80 to 84 degrees. But that's still well above our average high in the mid-70s. So we're enjoying some mid to late summer kind of weather in early autumn.
Very summerly.
Like it. We'll hold on to it as long as we can.
Thank you, George.
Another warm September day here in West Michigan. Also another dry day. Things are very dry here in West Michigan, and there is very little prospect for any rain, perhaps for the next 10 days. Probably not what you want to hear. But the 13 weather ball is red, and that means even warmer, unseasonably warmer weather ahead. As far as walking the dog, this is Penny Grace. Looking good there. And Lori, we're going to give you the green paw this evening with temperatures falling out of the 80s into the 70s, eventually the 60s. And in the morning, we'll see a few high clouds, mostly haze, but a green paw with upper 50s, a little bit warmer than this morning. Our eye is on what will become the next hurricane. It's still at a tropical storm status. This is Francine. It has moved away from the Mexican coast, and now the upper level winds are steering it to the north-northeast. It'll be making landfall in Louisiana a little bit later on this week. Lots of heavy rain already along the Gulf Coast there, but still maintaining 65-mile-per-hour winds as it moves northeast at about 10 miles per hour. There are hurricane warnings and tropical storm warnings all the way from around the South Texas coast over toward the Alabama-Florida border. And there's also storm surge warnings and watches in those same areas. There could be areas where there could be up to 12 inches of rain in through here, and perhaps up to 10-foot storm surge along the coast as well. So where is this going? By later on tonight, tonight, it'll be a Category 1 hurricane. Yesterday, it was projected to be a Category 2, but it's not going to spend enough time at 1. It'll be a Category 1 when it comes on shore here right around late morning, early afternoon on Wednesday. Then it's going to be heading to the north through Mississippi and then eventually into Tennessee, but it's going to run into all of this dry air overhead, and so it's not going to make much further progress to the north, and we will see very little in terms of precipitation. We'll see mainly clear skies here tonight, lots of haze in the air tomorrow all the way through Friday, and then here come the high clouds on Thursday night into Friday. But notice the green staying away from West Michigan. Dry Friday, Saturday, and even on Sunday, and eventually all of that will dry up. So even the middle part of next week, we're going to stay on the drier side. Looking farther ahead, this is the 18th through the 24th. High chances we will remain warmer than average with cool weather out west, and a little bit higher chance for less precipitation. That's going to continue through that third full week and into the fourth week of September. For tonight, a little haze in the air, sun going down right around 8:02 at the lakeshore, upper 50s to the north, mid and upper 50s south, 60 in Muskegon. This will be the last 8 p.m. sunset of the season. Up north around the mid 50s, sun going down a little bit earlier at 7:58 there, and here in the greater Grand Rapids area, our last 8 p.m. or later sunset tonight. It won't be back until mid-March next year. Mid and upper 50s for your overnight lows. 13 on your side forecast. Hazy skies Wednesday through Friday, mid and upper 80s. Our average is 76. We'll be in the low 80s on Sunday with those high clouds around, and then they'll start to thin out on Sunday. Next week, a lot of sunshine, around 80 to 82. Both Monday and Tuesday will stay in that range much of the rest of next week with little prospect for any rain. Water, water, water.
Yeah.
Yeah, our plants are going to need a little bit extra attention this next week, it looks like, George.
You bet.
George, summer weather this week, but soon the leaves will start to change.
Yeah, it is. They may change sooner than we hoped they would, mainly because we don't have any rain.
Right, I was going to ask if that would have an impact, the dry
A
weather.
little bit of stress, you know, always the trees changing early due to stress, whether it's bugs, biological, or weather.
Yeah.
It's most of the time weather.
Yeah.
Continuing our warm and hazy and dry weather pattern here in West Michigan. 13 weather ball is red. Even warmer weather ahead. Thank goodness it's not humid. High temperatures in the low 80s away from the lakeshore. 82 Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, the warm spots. 83 up in Mount Pleasant. Upper 70s along the lakeshore, above our average high of 76. Okay, within 1 degree of our forecast high. We've only had one miss in the last 55 days, 4 days in a row with that streak. Well, as you can see, not a lot of rain has fallen. Everything in the yellow is a departure, almost an inch below here in the Kalamazoo area, a little less than an inch below average out at the airport in Grand Rapids, almost an inch below over here in Muskegon as well. This is since September 1, and similar conditions up north. Not a lot of rain, a little bit more up here in the UP where they've had a couple of rounds of showers here in the first 10 days of the month. As far as the weather, though, it's putting some stress on the fall colors. This is the current Explore Fall map. This is the moderate stress from about I-96, I-94 southward, high stress down in Ohio, lower stress off to the north and west where they've had a little bit more rain compared to here. Peak fall colors here in West Michigan is in late October, mid-October further north, and early October up in the UP. That is on a usual basis. Had some high clouds come in back to the west. There are some dissipating showers. They're not going to make it in here. In fact, we're going to stay clear and dry for the next several days. What we are going to be dealing with for the next 3 days at least is some moderate to a little bit heavier wildfire smoke. This is continuing that haze this afternoon, not the bright blue skies we saw over the weekend. Haze continues through Thursday into Friday, and then it kind of thins out a little bit into early Saturday, and just some light haze over the weekend, but no threat of any rain, even though Francine is going to be bearing on up into the Tennessee River Valley. So again, tomorrow it'll be a hazy day with temperatures in the upper 70s north, low 80s further south. Good news is the humidity levels will be fairly low. Light south wind later on. Hazy day to the north, 83 for the most part, 84 in Greenville. And here in the greater Grand Rapids area, we'll see temperatures in the mid 80s, very warm with that hazy sunshine. And you can see the sunset is now before 8 o'clock during the day tomorrow. So tonight is your last 8 o'clock sunset until next March. 13 on your side forecast. As we showed you, the hazy skies continuing through Friday the 13th. We love Friday the 13th. Mid-80s tomorrow, 88 on Thursday. That's the warmest out of the next 7 to 10 days. 85 Friday, and then the high clouds come in on Friday, and that kind of limits our sunshine, knocks our temperatures down a few degrees. 83 Saturday, 84 on Sunday. Next week, haze is staying away from us. The high clouds are gone, but dry all next week. I don't see any rain before the 24th of September.